Hi everyone, and welcome to another great car here on the Car Reviews podcast with CollectorCarCanada.ca. As you might guess here, today we have a Ford Model A. This one is a 1929 model. You probably figured that out by the decorative license plate up top. And it's another from the esteemed collection of the big guy. In case you're not familiar with what I speak of, please do take a look at the special page we put together to commemorate his life and success as a Ford Lincoln dealer in the Ottawa region, Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. So the family, since his passing about 18 months ago, has decided which of his cars it will be able to keep exercised and which it will not, and this falls into the latter category. So we are flattered and honored to have been chosen by the family to help with the sale of some of the vehicles. So this one, as I say, a 1929 Model A Ford, and this is lot 247 on CollectorCarCanada.ca. This video is going to focus on condition of the car. The Model A aficionados will know the specs, and you'll also note that the car is on stands. So there are a couple of Model A's being offered by the family, and both of the Model A's, we do have startup videos for them, but we elected to leave them on the stands and keep them safe here in this purpose-built building in rural Ottawa area. So we're not going to start it up. As I say, we do have a startup video on the detailed listing. We've also got some walk-around videos, what we're able to do, keeping it in, as I say, this purpose-built building with all of the modern amenities. You can see just from the background that it's any car lover's paradise, but certainly a Ford lover's paradise. It's a real treat getting to spend some time here. So I'll go grab the camera. We'll do a walk around of the exterior and the interior and give you a good look at this 1929 Ford Model A Tudor two-door sedan, which you're going to see is in wonderful condition. All right, so like I was saying, a 1929 Ford Model A Tudor two-door sedan. You can see the paint really is in wonderful condition. There might be the odd fleck or imperfection here or there, but I want to say for the most part, but for the very, 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 very most part, it's flawless paint. You can see we've got the windows open right now. Even the front window, the windshield hinges out with a hinge at the top to allow some airflow for the cabin. I noted a set of matching Firestone 19-inch tires. Even the spare is a matching Firestone 19-inch. The car has been in the collection since 2011, and we know an appraiser in the area who's also active in a Model A club locally, and he tells us that the big guy during his lifetime was a member of the club and participated in the outing. So this car got some enjoyment during his lifetime and got some exercise. But despite that, you don't see much in the way of road grime or dirt or debris. Here's a good look at the vinyl roof on the two-door sedan. Again, I don't see any marks on the roof either. I note here a visor to keep the sun out of the eyes of the front seat passengers. And working our way around, you do see wonderful paint job, wonderful condition with the black stripe across. And these windows are open in the rear as well. Crank windows, we had no trouble opening and closing them. Interestingly, despite cars even built 50 years later that only have a side mirror on the driver's side, we see one on both sides here on this 29 Model A. Neat set of running boards with vinyl covering, and then the step itself in probably an aluminum or maybe aluminum alloy with the Ford emblem on them. When I say them, I say that because there's one on the passenger side as well. Good look at the 19-inch spoke wheel lined in the Firestone tire. We'll continue to work our way around. Nice clean glass. I don't note any imperfections on the glass either. And this car is equipped with a trunk. This leather is quite tight. Not sure if I'm going to be able to open it with one hand. We'll give it a shot. This one on the right side's a little tighter. I did have it open earlier. We shot the interior of the trunk for our detailed listing, but handy piece considering the rear seat goes to the rear of the car, and there's some items that probably in there since the last time the vehicle was enjoyed with the local Model A Club here in the Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec region. I don't know if I'm going to get those leather straps with one hand, but so I'll just leave those for now. But there's a good look at the rear of the car. Interesting to know, we've got the stock style rear light over here on the left side. This one's kind of fun too. Nowadays you might see four-wheel disc brakes or ABS, but this one just notes that it's got four-wheel brakes. Good chrome on the bumpers. There's a Ford emblem as well as a reflector on each side. And then this red light is an aftermarket light, as well as I believe those amber reflectors. So we'll get a diagonal look at the rear of the car from here. As I say, we're in sort of a car lover's paradise here. It's a bit tight with the car next to us, but I think that gives you a good look at the rear of the 29 Model A. Working our way forward, another black spoke wheel, 19-inch with the Firestone tires. Black fenders at all four with the green paint and black accenting, and the black vinyl roof. Here's a good look at the roof from the opposite angle, and the passenger side mirror as well. Same step setup here with the running board covered in vinyl and the aluminum alloy step with the Ford emblem engraved on it. Engine cover here, and one last wheel to see. Now we'll get up close to the grille and the front bumper here. First things first, the bumper with those aftermarket reflectors. And good chrome on this bumper. Don't see any pitting or damage. And here's a good look at the horn and the big driver's side headlight. This license plate's a decorative plate. It's registered with other license plates. However, I can speak to Ontario, if the new owner is in Ontario, it's possible to procure a set of 1929 plates right away to the Ministry of Transport and get them approved for use. And here's a Ford emblem right here at the top of the grille, and another emblem as a hood ornament. And here we go for a fuel filler cap. One wiper, and the motor's up here under that visor. You can see this system is what is used to keep that hinged windshield open. So we'll take a look under the hood. Nice and easy to get at it. I've already been inside. Despite the squeaks, those locks open up pretty freely. This is a bit delicate, so I'm trying to be careful, but I didn't have any trouble with it at all. So here we see the four-cylinder engine. You see the 4 spark plugs right there, and various other details in the engine. The cowl looks great too, painted in green. Before I forget, the 4-cylinder engine is mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, driving the rear wheels. And here's a look at the radiator fan and a belt. All looks to be in proper working order. As I said earlier, please take a look at our detailed listing, and you can hear the car starting. See it start. So we'll get this buttoned up, and we'll show you the other side too, once I get this side closed. And then get this front one first, and second time's a charm. Working our way over here to the passenger side engine cover. Same setup with the spring-loaded box, and then this handle used to delicately pull up the cover. Early Ford engineering at work. I was concerned the first time I opened the engine cover with the windshield open, but as you might expect, someone thought of that in advance, and there's good clearance between the engine cover and the open windshield. Here's a good look at the four-banger from the passenger side. There's our fuel float. But I won't call it excellent condition, but what would be 96 years later, certainly wonderful cosmetic condition, and we had it running really nicely a little earlier. So we'll close that up. All right, so the engine's back to being covered up. Take a look at the interior now. Heading over with a rotary door handle. And maybe I won't climb in. I was in it earlier. Nice spring and comfort in the seats. 4-spoke steering wheel, which I'm accustomed to seeing in the Model A's. Not that I'm a model expert. But interior also in really beautiful and presentable condition. I'll move this dealer floor mat, and you can get a good look at the floor. Very presentable. And you can see the big shifter there for the 4-speed manual. And what instrumentation there is. Here's in the center with the key in its place. And there's a look at the odometer even. We're not sure about the true mileage of this 96-year-old car, but certainly it's very, very presentable. Got a corduroy pattern here on the door cards. Also unmarked. I don't see any staining at all. It's a nice complement to the, it's a match actually for the upholstery. It's just a different lighting that makes it look not quite as camel colored. And in that door map pocket was the instruction book for the 1929 Model A's, intact, and it'll go with the car to its new owner. I won't do all 4 windows, but I'll give you a look at how freely this window crank operates. It really is quite amazing. As a kid, I remember having to work a little harder than that to get a window open in our family's family trucksters. So there's a good look at the 2 front buckets, matching, and really no faults in the upholstery. Matching rear bench, and a good floor here as well, no faults. And we've got our normal complement of detailed photos on the detailed listing as well. There's a good look out the rear window. We can see a built Ford Tough sign in the background. Just more evidence here that we're in the facility of a Ford dealer who takes his Fords pretty seriously. There's a bit of a look at the headliner. I'm not trying for completeness here. We do have more complete photos on the detailed listing. I'll let you see the passenger door in operation too. They both move freely. Those latches seem quite secure and strong. I don't think it showed the door sills over on the other side, but Ford emblazoned aluminum trim on the door sill. No problem with opening and closing. This car was cleaned and detailed in January. I'm shooting this video April 17th, and I note a bit of a dust on the car, but otherwise in very proper condition. So there's a good look at our 1929 Ford Model A Tudor two-door sedan in really wonderful condition. I think it's hard not to agree with that, given the demo I've just shown you. Look at our detailed listing for additional videos like walk around and start up, and our normal complement of detailed photos again It's lot 247 on collectorcarcanada.ca. And I think that'll wrap up for this video. Thank you for watching, and on to the next car.